Hey, this is Old Gaming Guru. I'm going to do a quick video here on my Druid Thorns Reflect build. This will be part 2 in the series. I introduced you to the character. He is now in full swing. So let me just explain to you how this character works. Hey, really quickly, it's a simple character. Okay, you're Druid. And basically, you can go in one of 3 fight modes. You can go in Druid mode, okay, and use Maelstrom as your damage. It's not going to kill things very quick. You can then use Gathering Storm as well. That'll start clearing the map a little bit faster. So Maelstrom and Gathering Storm in Druid form, and then Atera's Blessing to give you some great blessings. Now this will auto cast later, but right now as you can see, I can just do this, and I got my Maelstrom up, and now I can start smacking things. Alright, so anyways, there's the first form. The second form will be Spriggan form, which will be your primary form. You're basically using your Thorns Reflect to do damage, and then Weirbear just for fun and movement skills. This does not kill mobs quickly, and it does have a little bit of issues with single target, but basically is the whole theory behind this is stand in the biggest damage circle you can, and you'll reflect almost all of that back to your opponent. So if something hits you hard, it'll die fast. If it doesn't hit you hard, it's going to die a little bit slower. Let's show you. Alright, right now we're going to go do Dragon's Grotto. And I am not into corruption yet, so I can't tell you how this build holds up with corruption. But really quickly, is now that I'm in the grotto, I'm going to go into my Spriggan form, and then off I go. Okay, so basically what we want to do is get hit. And as you can see here, when we get hit, our opponents start taking damage. You use vines, basically, and never mind, over and done with. Nope, not yet. Okay, do I want to stand in that? I don't know. No, why bother? I don't want to test that yet. Alright, because I'd like to finish this. Okay, so hey, that was awesome. Pretty easy stuff. Now we'll try the boss. And by the way, you can throw up thorns anywhere to get some of your rage back. We destroy the eggs. Yay. And it should say advance, but throw your vines up. It'll regenerate, so you can stay in Spriggan form permanently if you just pay attention to the other buttons. This will turn you back into Weirbear or into your human form. And then Thorn Shield. Healing Totem you don't need to use. It'll cast automatically when you cast Thorn Shield. And if you see it's there, it is right there. So an extra bit of survivability. Alright, let's go try the boss. And this, nope, whoop, let's get my stuff first. And a couple runes I don't need. Okay, you can also cast your vines here, get your rage back. Now let's go give the dragon, the rotting horde, the boss a shot, and see how well this works. Okay, get your Thorn Shield up. Come in. I don't know if I want to try that yet. Okay, let's just try getting hit by regular attacks. Okay, even though I did some good damage to the boss, it also did enough to kill me. You can see here I'm just using Thorn Shield as a spam, my vines to keep my rage up. Don't want to test that yet. I'm letting some of his side attacks hit me. Okay, you can see right now this boss isn't dying very fast, but I don't know if it's because I'm not standing in the big boom. And I can also cast Thorn, and that'll help get some DPS going here. You really just want to keep spamming your Thorn Shield. The minions, as you see, die on their own. stand in these little circles. I'll take some damage. Keep my rage up. Thorn Shield, cast some thorns. Okay, jump in one of those little circles. Can he kill him? Let's see. Unfortunately, one of the things the vines do is they tend to basically aggro the boss. Okay, but we're going to try. Just keep those vines up on the boss to keep the rage up, and eventually he will die. And he did. Okay, so there we go. Resistances. Oh yeah. Oh, that had the time. Okay, so now you've seen the build, you've seen how it works, you see to kill a boss. Now let's go back and just explain the build really quick. Get that. And we got our blessing. It's a good blessing. So here we go. Alright, so this build, let's look at the character first. Okay, right now I'm in Spriggan form. And while I'm in Spriggan form, as you can see here, I focus a lot on attunement, some strength, and I think that's probably a pretty good ratio right now. I've got everything capped. My block chance, I could use some more block chance, I could use some more armor, but I get a bunch of them while I'm in Spriggan form. Okay, so with that is, you notice my endurance. This is really important, is get your endurance to 60. You can do that through your tree, and also to gear. Alright, so that just prevents me from, when I start going on low health, from dying very quickly, and I need some more threshold, obviously. Alright, so that's how I stay alive. Reduce bonus damage from crits, I've not got that maxed yet. You want to get this rather than critical strike avoidance. You want to be crit, so it's kind of different. You can see here every time I get hit, I do 5,000 damage and 171 of the damage that I take. I still take damage, but in Spriggan form I get it back really quickly, as you saw. I can throw some vines up here to get my rage back, but that's pretty much the character. Here's the skills. I already told you about each of these. The really important one is Spriggan form, and you're just going to go down here. The other ones, you can take whatever skills you want, but Spriggan form is your main damage dealer, and I need to get an additional point in this and get more flat damage. It'll really increase my damage output. I may even respec a point out right now, and don't, oh, I can't do that. Okay, but I can do that. All right, confirm. I don't need as much armor. Stop respecking, and we'll put that other point in Briar Shell so I do more damage. I can go more tanky the other way. Alright, so that's really my primary skill. It uses rage to stay up. Vines regenerate rage. And anytime I use a physical skill, I get a chance to pop up a Thorn Shield. So see, I'm throwing Spirit Thorns, and I get a shield. Okay, but you really just want to spam the shield. Werebear, you're basically using for your movement skill, and you're going to spec heavily in speed and damage during your movement skill. The other skills really don't do anything, and your main goes right back to, as you can see, into my Spriggan form. Okay, so Spriggan form is the big damage dealer in your skills. Alright, you want to stay in that as much as possible, and it can theoretically go. You never leave Spriggan form once you enter the game. Alright, last thing here. Where did I put my points? In my 25, I put in Primalist. I went for tankiness and also health regen. Okay, This one is critical. This is the most important 5 points, is you want to take less damage at low health. You also want to bump your endurance threshold and endurance up, and you'll be almost invincible at that low level. Alright, so in Druid, basically, same thing here. I'm getting tanky. I'm picking up Attunement. I'm getting Thorn Shield cast automatically. I'm also getting some crit chance in there. Regen, mana regen. Only 7 points in this attunement, so you do not get critical strike avoidance. And then you're going to put the rest and bring this up to 55 here. Beastmaster, we're going to go ahead, Ursine Strength, and this is the important one, Boar Heart, less damage taken. And on the Shaman side, we'll go probably the full 15. You want to go ahead, and since you've always got a totem up, you want to go ahead and make sure, because you cast Healing Totem when you cast Thorn Shield, is make sure that you go ahead and max out Totemic Fury. I'm going to grab my last couple points there because the cast speed is a huge plus with the Thorn Shield casting and the Spirit Thorn casting. And that's pretty much the build. Pretty simple. I'll give you an update when I get some better. Oh, I gotta, yeah, definitely look at my gear. So let's take a look at that really quick. And then, what are the mandatories? This is a mandatory if you want to stay in Spriggan form all the time. As you can see here, 2 rage per summon vine per second. It's huge. Thorn Shell is a must. You want to get as much damage reflected on there. Okay, because it's going to even increase the flat damage even more. So this is a huge boost damage. I'm using 2 bad or 3 bad erased items. Valdir's will bump your damage up dramatically. You want to grab some good purples in your head, hands, and feet slots. And that's pretty much it. Like I said, simple build. Just need a couple common uniques, such as Hazelroot. You should get Valeroot, but I don't know. This actually has more damage built into it. I got this really lucky roll, so anyways, you can see here, 385 flat plus 59% reflected, Thorn Shield, and there you go, there you have it. I basically used my helmet, hands, and feet to go ahead and balance out my resistances. And that's it. Simple build, fun to play, a little bit slow clearing, and single target you're going to have to play around and see with what hits you can survive. The bigger a hit you can survive, the better. Definitely want to have way more health in the end game than this. So that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Old Gaming Guru out.